With me, rich friends. Say it with me, rich friends. It's a great day to be rich. Say it with me again. It's a great day to be rich. One more time to lock it in. It's a great day to be rich. Realize I am consciousness happening. I am Vivian Rich. I'm super excited to be with you today. And we are talking about how to deal with frustrations. That's right. We have this happen, right? How to deal with frustrations. Now, I know some of you might be like, oh my gosh, why are we talking about this? I'm always frustrated. I got life happening, lots of life happening. Yes, hit that button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. And come on in and pull up your pencil and your paper. And also be sure to hit that share button and that like. Come on in and have a seat. Let's talk. Let's talk about how to deal with those frustrations. I'm Vivian Rich. It is my dominant intent to help you live richer with ease as you're building wealth through business. But in that process, there are things that's going to come up and that's going to be frustrating. There are things that's going to happen. It's not when they might, it's when they happen. How are you dealing with them, my rich friends? How are you dealing with the frustrations, the things that annoy you in life? Particularly, most often, it's a person attached on the other side of that frustration, right? Would you agree? There is a person attached on the other side of that frustration most often. How do you deal with it, my rich friends? How you're dealing with it is going to determine your experience, your future experience with that person, but more importantly, with yourself and coming back to situations like that. So I want you to lean in and let's get to this because, Friday was one of those days. I'm going to tell you, I'll be the first to attest to it, my rich friend. Friday was that day for me. It was a whole lot of mixed energies and lots of things happening really fast. And it felt as if I was not in control. My driver people, you know who you are. You know how we like to make sure things are in a certain vicinity of our ability to control and know what's happening and when it's going to happen. And it's going to happen the way we expect it to happen, especially if we've done this. We've done one, we put one in and we put two in. We should expect 1 plus 1 to be 2, right? Not necessarily the case when we're dealing with humans and we're dealing with matters of the heart. Not necessarily the case. The case, though, the thing that we want to know how to do is how to handle those frustrations. When those frustrations come and those little annoyances that build into frustration, when they arrive, how are we handling them? Are we slamming people and hitting them on the head? Are we really like just taking them out totally? Boom, doing the hammer on them? Are we gently massaging the situation and ourself, soothing ourselves so that we can respond rather than react? Are we soothing ourselves? Are we taking care of ourselves ahead of time before we even deal with others so that we can have the most positive and most favorable experience? And we can continue to have this relationship and have a harmonious life, right? That's what we're after. We all want to live richer with ease. We all want to feel good. And a part of that living richer with ease is definitely feeling good, feeling good, feeling good in our body, feeling good in our mind, feeling good in our heart. And we want to experience that. And so how we're dealing with our frustrations has a huge impact on the quality of our living richer with ease. So what I want to share with you, rich friends, your girl went through it, just sharing, and had to put the brakes on for a minute. And this is what I invite you to do. Put the brakes on for a minute. Wherever you are and whatever you're dealing with, pump the brakes. And you're like, Vivian, there's a lot of life happening right now. I don't even know where the brakes are. Just start pumping the brakes within yourself. That means take a moment and sit down. We go into this here more in the Live Richer with Ease Society and practice these here methodologies so that we can experience a rich life every moment, every moment. It is your birthright. So I want you to practice pumping the brakes. The first thing you want to do is practice pumping the brakes. That means stop where you are emotionally. Emotionally, you've got to learn how to stop the emotions because sometimes they get going so fast that it's like there are no brakes. There are no brakes. We want to learn how to control and get out ahead of it. That means realizing what's happening. So through a series of events, on Friday, it was all over the place, as I shared with you. I was expecting certain things. I was expecting people to do certain things. And I really expected it. And I had no doubt in my mind that the yes was going to come. Say hello as you're coming in. Good to have you here. And just to say hello, just I didn't expect anything less than a yes, nothing less than a yes, because I've come to realize, and I hope you have too, as rich friend, that you come to realize that you can't split your energy. That's the first thing. You've got to pump the brakes and be in solidarity with what you expect. You've got to be laser focused in what you expect. It's one of the ways to deal with that frustration, knowing what it is you want to experience and become laser focused on that. And when you do that, in my case, and in the case of someone recently, I had a couple clients in our society reach out, and we were talking this weekend, and they were frustrated with some things that were going on in their experience. It was not what they wanted to experience. So what they had to do, and we went through the process of what is it that you want right now? What is it you want right now? If you're feeling bad, it's quite obvious you want to feel better. That is it. If you're hungry, it's quite obvious you want some food. If you're thirsty, it's quite obvious that you would want something to drink. However, until you communicate that, it's not going to be relevant for you until you communicate it to yourself, meaning you become aware of what it is you want to experience. So that's the first thing you want to do, is pump the brakes and then become aware of what you want to experience. Because in all of the creation and all that there is flows through you, and you are connected with it. And you have the opportunity to tap in at any given time into that reservoir of power. You have it at any given time, but you got to know what it is you want. And you cannot delegate that to anyone else. You can't tell other people, oh, they should do this, they should do that, and they should do that. Oh, I was highly frustrated when I did not hear what I wanted to hear. Highly frustrated. I was frustrated to the level of almost what they call PO. Back in the day, that's what they would call it. However, I had to dial it back. I had to dial it back, pump the brakes, and realize that no man is my enemy. Everyone is a golden link in the chain of my good. All right? No man is my enemy. Everyone is a golden link in the chain of my good. Say that with me. No man is my enemy. Everyone is a golden link in the chain of my good. So when you expect that and knowing that there are a golden link in the chain of your good, that gives you power. And that's what we want. That's where the frustration comes in sometimes, when we're feeling like we're losing our power. And frustration leads to that word anger. And anger leads to that word danger. And all of that starts to move because we are losing, or we feel that we're losing our power. And that's why we get to those lower states of energy. But my rich friend, that's not the case for you anymore. I want you to be clear on what it is you want to experience. And in your clarity of what you want to experience, you are realizing some things. And then you're going to go into I am, knowing that I am, the great I am resides within me. I can create these things. I am whatever I am conscious of. What am I conscious of? So situations outside were looking crazy for me. And it may look crazy for you right now. It may not look like to your liking at all. None of it. And you're like, I don't even know, I didn't create this. But the thing is, at some point you did. At some point I did. I created that situation on Friday. And so I had to come into the consciousness, which is the third thing, becoming aware of my role in the situation. I want you, rich friends, to take a moment and become aware of where you are, how this situation has happened. I'm not saying that other people, what they did. I want you to look at yourself. Realize, okay, what am I feeling right now? What do I want to feel? I want to feel better. Okay. And I know I created this situation here that doesn't feel so good because at some point I was in a not so feel so good state. So therefore I created, and I'm perpetuating that. So my rich friend, that doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you at all. So we want to get in front of and become aware of it, and then becoming more aware of what we want to experience. Remember, as I said with you, if you're hungry, food, it's obvious that's what you want. If you are, thirsty, you want something to drink. If you're in pain, you want relief, right? Be it physical pain, be it emotional or mental pain. Pain is pain, and you want relief. And you feel the gap between you and that. That's where that separation that's a feeling of separation, and that's not normal. That's not normal. That's not how you're supposed to live in a separated or divided state. You want to come back into your oneness with clarity and focus, and realizing what it is you want. What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? Do not, I know you're like, well, I know what I want, but they ain't doing it. That's not it. Do not give them that much power. Do not give the power outside of yourself, rich friend. You have the power within you to create your experience. Because that's the only thing you can control is you and your experience. So other people are doing things. Yes, they are. And they're creating for their own experience. And their experience intertwines with yours. Yes, it does. We are interdependent. But the thing most important for you to remember is staying control of you. That means not having the conversation where they, in your mind, you're saying you want them to do this, but you're looking on the other side of the conversation and saying, well, they ain't going to do it because, or they're not going to do this because. You can't have it both ways, rich friends. You can only control you. You can only control you. When you align with you, the others don't matter. They don't matter. Painful as it may be in the experience, aligning with yourself is the most valuable thing you can do. It's knowing what you want, realizing I create happiness, realizing I am consciousness happening. So whatever you are aware of, that's your consciousness. So you don't want to argue and fight all the time. You prefer to have harmonious relationships with people, right? You know that you really in your heart of hearts love these people, even if they are doing things that really irk your soul at the moment. You get to choose, and I'm inviting you, rich friend, to pump the brakes so that you can feel what it is you really want. And right in the moment of it, you may be feeling so frustrated and angry, but I invite you, my rich friends, to pump the brakes so you don't say something that you can never pull back, right? So you don't say anything that you could ever pull back, that you can never pull back. Pump the brakes and go into that place of, okay, I feel this right now. I'm feeling this frustration. However, I know that I want to feel better. And I want you to point your energy in that direction, meaning feeling better. I want to feel better. If you have to cry, sometimes it takes that to get it out. If you want to go somewhere and scream, sometimes it takes that to get to the other side of feeling better. If you want to just jog, if you want to exercise, but if you want a quick path there, I'm going to tell you this. This is one your girl uses. This is one of those I use all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Say thank you. Because when you're saying thank you, you're acknowledging the power within you, and you're getting more empowerment within you to be able to see and tap into your power to change the situation around. Thank you. Because your girl had to realize I had to think and say thank you to the situation I was dealing with on Friday. Thank you to the people that were involved in the situation. I had to say thank you because, if you're frustrated with someone that you really care about, sometimes you just go, bruh. But if you're frustrated with people that don't know you in a professional setting, you have a way of maintaining your composure, correct? I want you to practice that, maintaining your composure, regardless whether it's someone that's close to you or whether it's a complete stranger or someone in a professional experience. Maintain that same composure and say thank you. And thanking and in saying thank you, your energy level will align with more of what you want to experience. That's a quick, fast way to do it, rich friends. Saying thank you. Saying thank you. You can realize what's happening within your body, but saying thank you will allow you to experience more of what you want to experience versus the current situation of whatever that is that you may not want. So be sure to say thank you more often to yourself, thank you to others, and in saying thank you, you are opening up heaven's door to give you all that you want to experience and more. I'm Vivian Rich, inviting you to live richer with ease. Today is a great day to be rich. Until next time.